Jay Polk is in for Abby today. And Jay, we've got to keep an eye on those winds. It's some nasty stuff.
Yeah, we sure do. The winds are very gusty as we go through this afternoon. The Parkview Medical Center camera showing us a little bit of wind out there. There's also plenty of wind out in the plains. There's some dust mixing in with some of the clouds that we're seeing out in the eastern part of the state as we look at our Viera Wireless Network camera in Hasty over at Bent County, looking at the John Martin Reservoir, of course, and you can see that camera really shaking, rattling, and rolling a bit as we go through this afternoon. Skycast wind speeds. Now, these are the sustained winds. Remember, we talked about how the gusts are always higher than this. Right now, the sustained winds are in the 20s and 30s, and that's exactly where Skycast predicted them to be. So, did a pretty good job of starting things off this afternoon, and it keeps them above 20 miles per hour in all locations as we go through the rest of our afternoon, and that'll take us all the way into our evening. Now, things do begin to calm down just a shade by 6 o'clock tonight, but it will still be difficult travel conditions for us as we go through 6 and 9 o'clock, even though the winds at this point are going to be barely above 10 miles per hour throughout most of the region and below 10 miles per hour in the eastern portion of the state and also in Walsenburg, places like Lyman, La Junta, Lamar, Springfield, in addition to our friends in Huerfano County seeing somewhat less in terms of the winds at that point. By the time we go into our early Wednesday morning, the winds will be calm, but it will be a breezy night for us overall around the region. So our afternoon drive, our travel impacts for that include lots of wind in all three of our locations. In this case, Interstate 25, Highway 24, and Highway 50. We'll see dust mixed in with the wind between Pueblo and Lamar, and we'll see some showers mixed in with the winds between the Springs and Minturn, especially over towards Minturn, where, of course, 24 meets Interstate 70. And you can see that very nicely on the Skycast as we take a look at the rest of our Tuesday afternoon. As we take a look at the close-up southeast Colorado view, the bulk of what we're going to see in terms of any kind of rain or snow is going to be off to our northwest. So if your travel plans take you west of Denver along 70, John and Dana have been showing you those camera views from the CDOT cameras all morning long and into the afternoon show, where, of course, we've seen all that snow at the Vail Pass, and that will continue to be the case as we go through the next couple of days. You see the view by Wednesday at noon, more snow in the same places, and that snow will continue all the way through Wednesday afternoon and into our Wednesday evening. So the bottom line, mountain showers and, of course, strong winds, not only today, but also as we go through the day tomorrow around the region. Lows tonight, meanwhile, are going to be sitting in the middle 20s. It'll be cooler than it was this morning. 25 in the Springs, 26 in Pueblo, 27 at Canyon City, lower to middle 20s out in the plains, except, of course, in Lyman, always a little cooler as you drop down to 17, 13 in Leadville. Otherwise, temperatures in the mountains will be sitting in the lower 20s as well. 7-day forecast then for the Springs. High temperatures lower to middle 50s at first, then it's upper 30s on Friday. That gives way to a fairly pleasant end of the weekend, beginning to the next traditional work week. 64 is where we'll top out at on Monday, 59 then on Tuesday. In Pueblo, mid to upper 50s take us into the weekend until we drop on Friday into the middle 40s, with a chance for some rain and snow returning as another system comes towards the area from the northwest. We'll be tracking that for you as we go through the next couple of days. It does not appear that it's going to drop a lot of snow on us, but track and timing, of course, are always the big factors around here. 52 on Saturday, 65 on Sunday. We touch 70 as we go into our Monday. Canyon City, mid to upper 50s take us into the later portion of the forecast, even some lower to middle 60s. You see 53 and 56 on Wednesday, Thursday, then it's 43 on Friday, 64 on Sunday, near 70 on Monday. Teller County, we're going to be sitting in the mid to upper 30s at first, and then you'll drop to right around freezing on Friday. And you'll see a chance for some rain and snow, better here than it will be elsewhere. High temperatures then rebound. It's lower to middle 50s on Sunday and Monday, lower to middle 50s again on Tuesday. We dropped off just a shade between Monday and Tuesday. But overall, as we talked about before, the end of the forecast is a lot better than the beginning. Moisture, not a bad thing, though. We saw some of that dust blowing around in the plains. We could use a little of that rain and snow to knock that dust down. Hopefully, we'll get some of that over the next couple of days.
Okay. You really should give a spoiler alert when that happens, right?
I think so.
I'll let you know.
Thanks, Jay. Italy.